Hey there, everyone. Joshua Shore with you here. You're looking at a snow-capped Notre Dame campus there, University of Notre Dame. You see the Golden Dome in view, obviously, right down the road from where we are. We are inside of the WNDU studios in our newsroom here, specifically where I am joining you right now on this Wednesday. It's just after 3 o'clock Eastern time. A lot's going on in the 10-day. If you looked at the 10-day, you see more red than anything else. And that's because we've got snow to talk about. We've got cold temperatures, potentially some of the coldest temperatures we felt this season. And so without further ado, I want to bring in meteorologist Andrew Whitmire, who's standing by. Andrew, walk us through everything, buddy, because right now there is a lot to talk about.
Yeah, so over the next few minutes, we're just going to focus what's happening within the next 12 to 24 hours. Temperatures last night rose above freezing. Most of the day has been spent above freezing. But now we're looking at air temperatures right now within a degree or two of that 32-degree freezing line. Look at this graphic here. This is a very important graphic as we head into our Wednesday evening. Black ice is going to be a big concern out on the roadways. Any road that is wet, any roadway that has some standing water from the light rain that we had last night and this morning, that is going to freeze throughout the evening and overnight with additional chances for, you guessed it, more snowfall in Michiana. I want to show you what it looks like just west of South Bend and Rolling Prairie. A snow squall, a burst of snow is moving eastward across Michiana. This had already moved through Michigan City. Really all it did briefly was drop visibility and lead to a quick dusting of snow on some of those roadways. Here's what first alert weather radar looks like just shortly after 3 p.m. Eastern time on this Wednesday. Quick burst of snow right now moving through, and this will continue to move its way eastward. It's not a widespread event. This is only about 10 miles wide, but as it moves its way eastward for maybe a 10 or 20 minute window, it's going to look almost like a little mini blizzard, if you will, with wind gusts that could be in excess of 30 miles per hour and very low visibility. Now, widening this map out here, most of us over the past few hours have had a pretty quiet afternoon. That will change as this continues to work its way eastward. Should be moving through between South Bend and Elkhart between 4 and 5 p.m. and continuing its further placement eastward. Here's what Feeder Track shows us with the placement of that snow band moving its way eastward throughout the evening hours, and then we'll continue with scattered lake effect snow bands as we move into this Wednesday night and into early Thursday morning. But you got to the 11 p.m. Look at this temperature here falling below freezing. So again, any water that is out on the road will quickly refreeze. Now, if you're wondering, okay, Andrew, well, how much snow do we have to talk about with more snow in the forecast? Here's the latest data here. Most of us only going to pick up a quick dusting of snow, but underneath of some of these narrow lake effect snow bands this evening and overnight, there will be a narrow area for 1 to 3 inches and even a narrower area that could pick up anywhere from 3 to 6 inches of snow. And some of the data trying to highlight that could fall between South Bend, Osceola, down around Rockarusa, down around Napanee, maybe as far south as Warsaw, where we will be on alert tonight, where there could be a narrow area in excess of 3 inches of light lake effect snow showers. So here's how our roads will continue to change, and they will change rapidly over the next few hours. They'll become slick, low visibility at times, and then once we head into nightfall, this is when our temperature will fall below freezing. The moral of the message, just go ahead and slow down as visibility will be low at times where we do have some of that lake effect snow showers. And again, with temperatures falling below freezing, ice on the roadways will be a big concern tonight into Thursday morning.
Andrew, really quick question. I want to ask you this, and I think it's important for people to know. So you're talking us through Wednesday, and obviously we're going to get to the weekend here in just a second. But talk about this morning. I think it was important because a lot of people woke up and it was raining. Were we above freezing? Because unless you're on the back roads where the snow was not plowed, things were not as slick out there. So that was some good news. But this is not going to be the case. It will be cold no matter what this weekend, correct?
Yeah, it certainly will be. I mean, we're overlaying the temperatures right now for you. And notice Sturgis, LaGrange, Elkhart, Goshen, below freezing. Meanwhile, we're right at freezing and just above that right now in South Bend, Warsaw, as well as Winnemac, and a few degrees above freezing back over towards Michigan City and LaPorte. But we're going to continue to see these temperatures gradually dropping down below freezing around 6, 7 p.m. And once we go below freezing this evening, we're unlikely to get back above freezing, back above 32 degrees until maybe next week around next Wednesday. So about 7 days in total, we're going to have another round of being stuck in the ice box.
My gosh, that is something else. Okay, with that, I want to see if we can. We were going to take a second to take a break, but I think we got a little bit more time. Take us through the weekend, because I think that's what a lot of people are looking forward to, especially you're talking about this time of year, you're talking about Christmas shopping, things like that. What does this weekend look like? You kind of hinted at it there, but that wind chill and the snow, right?
Yeah, it's a kind of a two-punch system here headed our way. Some very light snow moves back into Michiana Thursday night into early Friday morning, bringing with it another round of light accumulating snow, just enough to re-slicken up the roadways. Then as we transition into Saturday, we're going to watch as an area-wide light system moves into the area, dropping anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of snowfall. And what Saturday's system will do is kind of reinforce the Arctic chills into Michiana, where once we head on into Sunday, we'll kind of step out of the way here. Some of these wind chill values away from lake effect clouds Sunday could drop down potentially to around 20, dare I say maybe a 30 below zero temperature for the feel-like temperature, with the actual air temperature, Josh, that could drop down to around 10 below zero. I'm going to work on a map here in a few seconds, and we'll kind of pull that up for you so that we can kind of see where exactly those dangerous wind chills will likely set up Sunday morning as Arctic air continues in Michiana.
Oh boy, here we go. Okay, with that, let us see that 10-day actually, because you know we both got to be on the air very soon. So I'll work for you to bring that up. I know a lot of people are watching this. We want to recalibrate really quickly. That's Andrew Whitmire. I'm Joshua Short inside of our newsroom. And the rest of the First Alert Weather team have been looking at all of these First Alert Weather days to kind of give you an inkling of what's to come. We talked about the snow. Now we're talking about the bitter cold as well in just a few days. So it's kind of that double whammy. You're seeing the temperatures there. You can see that morning wind chill. Some's in the negative. I'm not good at math, but that's not good. That's really, really cold. I can tell you that right now.
No, and in fact, this is Saturday morning, what it could feel like outside in the morning hours. And this is the better of the wind chill, Josh. Watch what happens as I press this button here. Check out Sunday morning, what it could feel like away from lake effect clouds. South of South Bend, we're going to see this temperature becoming dangerous early Sunday morning. When you start to talk about wind chills 20 to 30 below zero, you start to talk about frostbite within as little as 15 minutes. So places like Knox, Plymouth, Warsaw, Rochester, Winnemac, you're going to get the brunt of this cold weather, as you will be unlikely to have the protection of those thickest lake effect clouds that we will have in Elkhart, Sturgis, LaGrange, South Bend, Cassopolis, up towards St. Joe. So the moral of the story this weekend, just downright bundle up. It's going to be absolutely frigid this weekend. And on top of that, light snow chances. And you know, when you start talking about temperatures that cold with the light snow moving in, it's going to be hard for, again, the salt to work properly. It's going to really take its time to really work properly. So what falls Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, and what is left on the roads from that system, we're likely going to contend with ice and snow patches on the roads Saturday, lasting all the way into early next week. And
you see the 10-day right there in all its glory, obviously. Andrew Whitmire, we appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much for updating us, of course, and keeping us first alerted about all of these important weather days ahead, both the snow and the bitter cold as well. Andrew, we'll let you go. We know you got a lot to work on before the 4 o'clock show, obviously, as do I. Andrew, thank you. And with that, we're going to say goodbye for now. Obviously, we are inside of our newsroom here. We'll continue to follow all of this. By the way, one extra note, and Andrew knows this as well, we have on our website, there is a place that you can go to get and find specific warming centers. That is at WNDU.com. That's not just for here in South Bend, Mishawaka. That's county-wide, but also area-wide as well. We know there are a lot of people out there who will need a place to stay. I'm saying that now, while it's still cold outside as we speak, it is going to get much colder than it is right now. And so for you all to have a place to go, there's an entire list dedicated at WNDU.com right now, and you guys will have that list there. I'm Joshua Short. I will see you guys very soon here at 4 o'clock Eastern Time on Channel 16 here, or wherever you get your streaming here on our 16 News Now Plus digital platforms. We'll see you then.